Okay, welcome to the deep dive. You've given us this really interesting stack of sources,
Yeah.
and we're going to dive deep into Hollywood based on what you've provided blockbusters, actors, the business side, even like super specific career details.
Right.
Our mission, as always, is to unpack all this and pull out the most fascinating bits for you.
It was quite a snapshot, actually.
Yeah.
What kind of jumps out immediately is this tension your sources show.
Tension? How so?
Well, you've got the massive global scale of movies,
Yeah.
and then right next to it, the really personal journeys people have within that industry.
Ah, I see. Yeah, that contrast. That's exactly what makes this interesting. So let's start big, maybe, with the films your sources mention.
Yeah.
Because they really set the scene. We've got classics like Fight Club from '99, The Score, which was 2001,
hmm
and then, epics like The Godfather 72, Superman 78.
And right up against those, you have the modern stuff, the
Mm.
Incredible Hulk, the Avengers, big MCU presence there.
Right.
And, of course, the Dark Knight trilogy on the DC side. It's like a tour through different Hollywood eras, different kinds of film.
Totally. And the actors mentioned, I mean, wow, powerhouses connecting these different worlds, like Edward Norton.
Oh, yeah?
He's in Fight Club, The Score, and then he's the Hulk. From intense drama to, well, superheroes.
Exactly. And then there's Marlon Brando, an absolute legend.
In The Score, Godfather, Superman. It's amazing seeing those names pop up across these sources.
And it shows how careers weave through, doesn't it? You also see Brad Pitt, Robert De Niro.
Right. In Fight Club, The Score.
Yeah. And then the classic Godfather guys, Pacino, Canyon. And the original Superman duo, Christopher Reeve and Gene Hackman.
And you mentioned the Avengers cast, too. Scarlett Johansson, Jeremy Renner, Robert Downey Jr., Mark Ruffalo. It highlights that ensemble feel of today's blockbusters.
Definitely.
Your sources also give us a peek kind of behind the curtain at the industry itself.
How so?
They mention places like the Lee Strasberg Theater and Film Institute, the New York Film Academy.
Ah, the training grounds.
Exactly. And even a specific group, Street Rep and Pitié 2002 NYC. It shows there's this whole infrastructure.
It does. And that connects to the bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
Your sources point to these huge cinematic universes.
The MCU and the DCEU.
Right. And while the Dark Knight trilogy isn't technically part of the current DCEU, the fact it's called out separately, well, it just shows its massive impact.
Huge impact. And speaking of massive,
Yeah.
the box office numbers in your sources.
Oh, boy.
This is where that scale part you mentioned really hits home. Marvel Studios, the MCU, just wow. Complete dominance on the superhero list here.
It's pretty stark. Top 7 highest grossing superhero films mentioned are Marvel Studios. And 9 out of the top 10.
It really makes you think about the economics of it all today.
It does. Your sources actually note Avengers, Infinity War and Avengers,
Yeah.
Endgame are the only superhero movies ever to cross 2 billion worldwide.
2 billion.
Each. And Endgame is listed as the second highest grossing film ever, period. Unadjusted, but still.
Incredible. It's almost all Marvel or DC Comics adaptations at that level.
Pretty much.
Okay, so we've got the billions, the legends, the franchises, huge scale. But then your sources flip the script almost.
Right, back to that contrast.
Yeah. Page 7 here gives this incredibly detailed list, specific film appearances.
And this is where it gets really granular. This isn't A-list leading roles.
No, not at all.
It's a filmography with, like, tons of uncredited roles listed. Church attendant, Officer Romano, news photographer.
Even a Gotham Rogues fan in The Dark Knight Rises, a film we were just talking about.
Exactly, it links back. But it shows up in other films, too, like White Boy Rick, We're Doing Fine, Carol.
And the detail. It lists Private Mardell as Jorge Mardell in a film called Man is a Bridge.
And that level of detail, plus the searches for Jorge J. Gonzalez Hollywood and the IMDb LinkedIn mentions on the next page.
It really points to a deep dive into one specific person's career path, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's a fantastic illustration of how careers get built, one role at a time, credited or not, inside that giant machine.
It really brings that huge kind of abstract industry down to a human level. We also saw those little details, like the New York Times quote, brutal and shocking.
Yeah, and the 300 tagline, prepare for glory, from the Sin City creator.
Adds a bit of texture, right?
It does. Every film has its own little world around it.
So looking back at everything you provided,
Yeah.
we've gone from, well, multi-billion-dollar global hits and absolute legends
Right.
through the training grounds, the shared universes, and landed right on this super specific list of roles, showing how one career gets pieced together.
It really does underscore the sheer breadth of it all, how those, giant peaks of success rely on countless individual efforts, just like your material shows.
So, for you, the listener, maybe chew on this. That duality we kept seeing, this world where movies make billions and shape culture, existing right alongside the individual actor, grinding it out, building a career, one small role, one uncredited appearance at a time. It's a place of incredible extremes all tangled together, just as your sources lay out.